the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is a key element in protein. Remember the amino acids that fit together and make long chains according to the order of your DNA? Remember the ribosomes that read your RNA that comes from your DNA and figure out what order the amino acids go in to make the proteins. And those proteins make your skin, they make your blood, they make your muscles, they make your hair, everything. Proteins are really important, and nitrogen's a really important part of them. Nearly 80% of our atmosphere is nitrogen, the air that we breathe. It's mainly nitrogen, but we don't, when we breathe in nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, all sorts of things. We only use the oxygen. We don't absorb the nitrogen through the air. We have to eat our protein. We can't absorb nitrogen from the air, and it's quite difficult for nitrogen to get into our food. It's quite unreactive. It doesn't react with things easily. And so the nitrogen cycle is quite complicated. We are going to start with a plant. We're just going to say, okay, the plant's got some nitrogen in it. The animals eat the plants. They do their pooing and peeing, which all gets decomposed. So do the dead animals and dead plants. They all get decomposed by bacteria, and you end up with ammonium. Ammonium's NH4 1+. It's an ammonium ion. So you get various compounds of ammonium. Some bacteria turn that into nitrite compounds, NO2-. And then some different bacteria turn those into nitrate ions, NO3-. If any of you have kept fish, you'll know all about the ammonium nitrate cycle and the different bacteria you've got to keep working in your tanks, in your filters. Now once you've got nitrates, then the nitrates can be absorbed by the plants again. And I forgot to draw it on here, but if we draw a farmer in his fertilizer spreader, that's what we spread on our farms, nitrate fertilizer, because that's what the plants want. They want nitrate, NO3- compounds, not nitrogen. Okay, so we got this cycle. The plants and the animals die, they rot, they make ammonium, bacteria change that to nitrite, more bacteria turn it to nitrate, and it gets absorbed through the plant roots again, goes around in a circle. Now some of that nitrate gets turned by bacteria into nitrogen gas, and that just floats up into the air, and it would stay there apart from two ways that we can get nitrogen out of the air. Another thing farmers do when they get tired of spending money on sowing fertilizer, they plant beans and clover and other legumes. That's beans and clover type of things, because they've got nitrogen fixing bacteria on their roots. And what that means is there's little bacteria on here that can grab nitrogen from the air and feed it to the plant. So that's a lot better than sowing fertilizer. And then when that plant dies, it decomposes and it makes more nitrates. So this is a very good way to get nitrates into the ground. Remember, when plants grow, they use nitrogen to make their proteins with. So the more you grow on a farm, the more nitrogen you take out of the soil. So you've got to put it back. So you can pour it on with a fertilizer spreader, or you can grow some legumes and grab it from the air. Another way we get nitrogen into the soil is in a thunderstorm. The lightning provides the energy for the rain, to react with the nitrogen in the air and form ammonium compounds, which fall down with the rain and soak into the ground, and then the bacteria turn them into nitrite and into nitrate, and then the plants can use it again. So agriculture's a big deal in the nitrogen cycle, so's the plants that are growing.